Hey, listen, this podcast is almost over. Shut the fuck up. Welcome back to another Wine Review Wednesday. This week, the Tandem Table hosts 2 European wines that will be critiqued by your fabulous wine experts. Today, a Rosé Château Croix from France and a red Montaria grown in Lisbon, Portugal. Montaria features a complex array of notes from cherry to cheese, pepper, oak, and kiwi, which will be balanced out by our chilled rosé bearing flavors of elderflower, vanilla, pear, and cantaloupe.
Both are highly rated within the wine community, and today, we will see if they can match our expectations. Our palate cleanser and mocktail today is a raspberry cream fizz with Jones cream soda, not a sponsor. We have plenty to discuss today and a lot to drink, so grab a seat.
Pop a cork. This is Wine Review Wednesday.
What is up, YouTube? We are back with episode 3 of Wine Review Wednesday. Today I'm going to do the intro because I haven't spoken enough, and I let Brandon do the first 2 intros. Yeah. And for that reason, I'm going to take the wheel here today. I'm going to be basically your host for episode 3.
I love that.
I'm going to be the host.
As you should, King.
Okay, you don't have to say it like that. But I'm going to go with that. So today we brought to you 2 wines that were donated by our great friend Peter. And as you notice, they are already corkless because we wanted to let them breathe. So in the first 2 episodes, it seems like we had no clue what we were doing, and that is because we did not. But if you put all that aside, I appreciate anybody who watched the first 2. God bless your soul for an hour and 20 minutes each video.
Yeah, we're not
if
doing
you
that
watched that, thank you so much. But today's
you
video,
also have no life. But that's
today's no. All right.
Just come at the fans.
You want people. We're gonna have fans. How are we gonna have fans?
I'm sorry.
But we have 2 wines today. We have a rosé and we have a Portuguese red. And I'm very excited because both of these were donated to us. So it's not something that I went into the store and I looked for. So for that reason, quite literally no expectations or anything. But I'm gonna let you get into our mocktail because you made it and you had the idea for it.
Yeah, no, this is just a raspberry cream fizz. Is what I'm gonna call it.
Alright, so basically we're not gonna let Brandon name anything anymore. Your naming privileges are gone.
Yeah,
your
raspberry cream fizz. It's
what's in it?
It's
you can lie.
Yeah, I'm going to lie.
Okay.
It's a little bit of lemon juice, Jones soda, raspberry essence, and rose water. So
yes, all of that is in this. I promise you.
A gin fizz. I mean, no, there's no gin.
There's no gin in it.
There's no gin.
So you lied too much.
I'm actually double lying because there really is no gin in it.
No, there's actually no gin.
There's no gin. This is a mocktail. It really is mocktail.
This is a palate cleansing mocktail because we have very drastic ends of the spectrum here. We have red and rosé. It literally probably could not get any different.
Yeah,
because this and this are opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I think a mocktail is very important. Particularly today.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm glad that we have this.
If you notice, today also is the first day that we're doing just 2 bottles of wine.
Yeah, 2.
And not 2, not 3.
And for that reason, because we don't want you to have to sit through an hour and 20 minutes, because we quite literally cannot drink 3 bottles of wine any quicker than that without hospitalization. So
without further ado, let's just jump into it.
So
let's do our ritual.
Yeah, because I did the last for the last time you guessed.
Yes,
so I'll guess.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm gonna close my eyes.
All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna go with 2.
Red. We're starting with the red today.
Oh boy, this is the first time we've hit the red first.
Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about that, but that's okay.
This is the first time we've hit the red.
Let me pour you up, brother.
All right, brother.
Welcome to
this is a Portuguese. Our first Portuguese wine of the entire podcast. I love the color.
I do too. What would you call it? A garnet?
It's not Kevin Garnett.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
would say that this is like
it's a garnet color.
No, this is darker than that, man. Like you quite literally cannot see through this at all. This is almost like pitch black.
Yeah. With
like a light refraction of red through it.
This is quite dark.
It's very, very dark, and maybe that's a quality of Portuguese wine. I wouldn't know.
No,
this is what our learning experience is.
It is quite dark. Actually, you're so right. You really can't see.
That's an interesting smell there.
Oh, what are we getting here?
I've never smelled a wine like this.
Okay,
and don't get it twisted either, because I want to say this real quick. I am not by any means a wine connoisseur, but that does not mean that I have not had my fair share of wine.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like I have drank wine quite a number of times, but. I've never really, I don't really dabble in the red. We know that about me.
I'm getting
This is very dark.
Be a little bit creative for a second. I'm getting a little bit notes of like paint.
Paint?
Like
the
Miss
walls?
Miss Wick's art class. Like
That's crazy, Miss Wick. And why was that her name?
Miss Wick.
That's like a crazy
Yeah,
that's like
crazy.
an art teacher name.
Yeah, Wick.
Miss Wick. If
I
you're
also
watching
don't
this,
believe that.
Thank you for trying to expand on our creative thoughts back in elementary school. You know.
If there's also one thing I know, I've heard about wine. The one thing you don't want to smell is wet cardboard, and I'm also feeling like I smell a little.
It's like.
It doesn't smell like wine. It really doesn't.
It almost smells like.
What is it called? Montaria.
I want to say like it almost smells like the cork. Like
yeah.
Like the cork is like.
It's like woody almost.
Like yeah, like in the wine.
All right, let's just go for it. Hey, cheers! Right in front of the microphone.
Don't spill this on the couch.
What an ugly sound.
Ooh. Not what I was expecting at all. Oh. That tastes like something.
I kind of like that.
I like it.
I'm not gonna lie. I hate red wine.
No, you don't.
I don't.
I don't know what this tastes like. This might take me a minute. There's something in this that I know. I don't know what it is yet.
Walnut. I got hints of walnut. And yeah, walnut. Right now, what do we do out of 5? Is that what we usually do, or out of 10? Out of 5.
We do 5.
Welcome to Wine Review Wednesday.
What?
I have no
You
idea.
welcome.
Yeah.
You welcome,
welcome
to
myself.
Welcome yourself.
I'm gonna give you the first sip. First of all, it's pretty sweet. It has elements of walnut.
Could totally get behind that. I think walnut or chestnut could get in there. I could get that in there.
It's
It's nutty, very nutty.
Caramel.
Like low key, right?
Low key. Low key. This
it's
caramel.
a flavor that I've never had in wine. I've never had
toffee.
This.
No.
Yes, that's what it is. That's what it is. It tastes like toffee.
Like toffee.
It tastes like, you know those weird candies that are like half circles called toffee fake?
Yep. Sure.
That's what it is.
I have never had a toffee.
You never had that. So he's
No.
lying to my face.
I'm sorry.
We're going back to lying.
Okay.
But they didn't even see that part.
No.
We just started. but that is a very like nutty toffee.
Think toffee and go into. Oh, sorry, microphone. Think toffee and go into it. It's creamy. It's creamy toffee walnut, and obviously like black cherry.
It's almost weird, like the texture of it alone is something that I can't even like pick apart. I've never in my life had anything like this. I wonder if this is a quality of Portuguese wine or if it's the particular type.
This is what we're here for. This is a learning curve.
We'll figure it out.
I think one of the things that we talked about though is moving forward.
Yeah.
Is moving forward.
Okay,
so
enough about the wine for now.
Enough about the wine for now.
Original initial taste. What do you give this?
I think we do a 3, 2, 1 and go at the same time, and then we can clarify our answers to the microphone.
3, 2, 1.
3.9. Oh.
I want to give it room.
Room to
go up.
Go up.
It will not go down from there. I'm very confident that it won't go down from there. I'm very confident that it won't go down from there. I actually
Would you say 3.9?
3.9. You give it a 4.2? Because
I really like this red wine.
I am like taken aback by how much I like this right now.
Taken aback.
And I'm not even, and it's not even because of the flavor or anything. I think it's more to do with how different. And I don't know if I like it because it's different or if I like it because of the flavor yet. And that's why I'm gonna let it grow. I'm not gonna let it digress. But
fair enough.
Let's peep the alcohol percentage on this. I'm just curious. 13.5. So this is no joke.
It do be wine.
This do be wine.
It do be wine.
Because I will make note, the last video that we had, 2 of the wines were below 10%.
Yeah, they were kind of.
And for that reason, we were not as messed up as we were in the first video. But
which is probably a good thing.
Yeah, for our long term, if we're gonna do this for a while. But, yeah, that's pretty good. I like it.
Great color to it.
I didn't
not very leggy.
You know, I was more excited to drink the Rosé because Rosé is one of my favorite, but this one threw me for a loop.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm very happy, and thank you, Peter. For
I was just gonna say thumbs up to Peter
because I don't know where he got this from.
This is Peter's. No, I'm not giving. I'm too lazy to ever do that. I'm not gonna. Peter, hope you're watching.
Yeah.
Tag yourself.
Yeah, he'll tag himself. We'll throw it in the description or something. I don't know. We'll try. We'll do what we do. We'll decide that when we post it. I don't know if he even wants to be tagged.
He does.
He does.
He does.
Okay, but whatever it may be. Enough about the wine. I'm gonna stop doing that. I'm gonna stop clapping.
I think you should. I think it's a little bit of like a shock, especially to the kids with sensitive ears, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's very insensitive of me.
It's insensitive to the people with sensitivity, yeah. Well, things have happened this week.
Yeah, what happened?
Things have happened this week.
What do you want to comment on?
Ladies and gentlemen.
New tattoo
this week.
From Brandon.
Not Portuguese, but Spanish, Barcelona.
Catalonia.
Pargel, yeah.
We actually together visited the place that this tattoo is inspired from.
We did.
It's a mosaic tile piece that we saw in Barcelona, and that was a few months ago. Mm-hmm. When you were studying abroad, and we went to Barcelona together. We saw such a beautiful display of mosaic. Yeah. And that you were inspired.
My girlfriend was there. My ex-girlfriend. She didn't like it very much. That's why we're not dating anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
So
I did want to show this off, but I really wanted to get to things that happened this week because I was really excited.
I love this. Thank you. I think that's a very good, and I think the colors that you chose really match like the skin tone around it, because you didn't go too bright. You went with colors that match. You know, they're very neutral to you. Yeah. You know what I mean?
For sure. I like the way you touch
what works for you. What works for you doesn't necessarily work for me.
No,
I mean, I'm like more pale up there than you are.
I agree. I gotta get it touched up, but
I would get like a brighter color to pop on my already bright arm.
Yeah,
but I think that's nice. I love that.
Thank you. I've been very happy with it. I've been showing it off.
Yeah, I think the artist did a very good job.
Yeah, he did.
I think it proportionally goes across your arm very nice. But let's move on.
Yeah.
What was your next statement?
I want to talk about some things that happened this weekend with you and I at the club. So Owen and I went to a
more of a bar. It was a rooftop.
It was a rooftop bar.
Don't get it twisted. It's
a
rooftop bar.
I'm really just kind of looking for people's opinion on this because you were there, but I'm more than happy to reiterate the story.
I want to hear you say it in the way that you think it happened because it's probably the correct way it happened.
So I was probably about as buzzed as I am right now. And
I think a little bit less.
Maybe a little bit.
We just got there.
Maybe a little bit
less. We quite literally just walked through the door at that point.
Yeah, for sure. And I just got off.
We were waiting for our first drink.
Yeah.
That's when this occurred.
Yeah.
So you were way less buzzed.
So yeah.
You weren't buzzed at all.
You're right. I was actually.
You were completely sober.
Completely sober, actually.
If you want to run it back.
Yeah, for sure. I was completely sober, and I walk into this. And we walked into this bar, and I'm sorry. Okay. I apologize. And we walk into this bar. And this girl came up to us in the middle of our conversation. We were talking about our friend. He looks great, whatever. I'm like, I gotta wear sunscreen around you because you are radiating light.
Yeah, he said, I have to wear sunscreen around you because you're radiating light. And for that reason, we were talking amongst the three of us.
Yeah. And this bitch butts in, pasty ass bitch, butts in and says, you know what? Fuck
Say
this.
what you want to say.
Oh, yeah,
bro.
fuck
this is your world.
Yeah, this is my world.
We're living in it.
And she's like, oh, I heard sunscreen. It turned me on.
She was of the pale type.
Yeah, of the pale. She was
of the pale type. I'm gonna be the polite one here. You say however you feel.
She looked like W.B. Mason paper, bro.
That's crazy.
And I'm like,
shout out Mason.
And again, and I was like, oh, I can tell.
Yeah, you said, quote unquote. I see why. And then she... Okay, I'm not even gonna...
Go ahead. Your description of the story is much better than mine.
So Brandon says... So she says, I heard sunscreen and I got turned on because she's very pale. So she brought this fact about herself that we would have never otherwise addressed because we are not bad people.
Yeah.
But you said, and I wouldn't have done this because I know how people are, but I think it was just a moment of you trying to give people the benefit of the doubt that they can have a good time and joke and laugh about themselves. But you forgot that we were in the United States and not in Europe.
Literally.
But you go, I can see why. And then she turns and looks at you like she couldn't believe that you said that. And it's like...
And then she called me an asshole.
And then she goes, I didn't know you had to be an asshole.
Yeah.
And I'm like... I'm just watching this whole thing unfold.
If you were in my shoes, what would you? How do you respond?
So I'm gonna say what you did first, and then I'll say what I would have done, because I have thought about this. I'm not gonna lie. This happened 2 days ago. I thought about it quite a lot because it really made me mad.
I can see her lip quivering when this.
I was very upset that she did this to you. So she goes, I didn't know you had to be an asshole. And she goes, and then you were just like, you were kind of confused. You're like, hold on, and then you're like. She's like, I'm sorry that, and you go, and she's like all mad, making these petty faces at you, and then you go, oh, you're too good to me, you're too good for me, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, you're way too good for me,
I was placating.
You were trying to be like, you're way better than me, you were literally just trying to make her feel better about herself.
Yeah, just shut up, yeah, exactly.
And she's like, oh, my bad, I didn't know you had to be like that, and she just kept making this, getting louder and louder every time she said it, and then you're like, and then you just say nothing.
And you know.
And she keeps going for 15 seconds.
You shouldn't stop.
And then you go, and then this is very big of you, because I would not have done this, and I'll explain why after. But this is very big of you. You go, okay, I'm sorry, I really did not think... And by the way, before Brandon says this, her friend who's standing next to me goes, it's really not that serious.
And we were talking to her.
Yeah, we were talking to her friend
beforehand,
prior. And we go to her friend and we're like, and she's like, no, I'm sorry, it's really not that serious, it's okay, whatever, she's just upset, and I'm like, I say nothing this whole time, because I know if I open my mouth, it's going to become a problem, but you go, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel that way, I thought we could have fun, I thought we could joke about this, you literally said this, this is quotes.
I know,
this is quotes.
I know.
You said, I thought we could joke about this, you brought it up, so I'm sorry, and she goes, oh, you thought I was serious? And then you go...
hold on.
I was like...
There was a line before that.
No, okay.
You think I give a fuck about what a stranger thinks? That's what she said.
She said that, and then she goes, oh, you think I'm serious? You think I'm actually mad? Yeah. It's like, okay.
Shut up, bitch. Yeah.
You were very upset for a moment. You realized that you overreacted. And then you apologized to her. And then I think she realized that she took it too far. In that moment. And you know what? When you're in a place like that, people are drinking, people are having fun.
No excuse.
Whatever,
Never happened.
Emotions are more volatile when alcohol is involved. And for that reason, I kept my mouth shut. But the way you diffuse that situation is not in any fact. The fact that you did that is crazy, because I would not have done that. I would have been like, well, okay, you can make fun of yourself, but I can't make fun of you. And it's like...
I just knew...
I would have got Peggy back.
She was one of the girls that would,
She would make it loud. We talked about this earlier. She would make it loud, and then it would be, an everybody's looking at you problem, and we didn't want that. But, in that moment, I think I either would have, I wouldn't have apologized, first of all. I either would have argued it back, or the more smart way would have been to just walk away.
I'm just happy that you trusted me with the situation to do what you needed to do.
I completely kept my mouth shut, because what I wanted to do was say, well, why'd you bring it up if you were going to get mad about it? Yeah. And then that would have got me involved. Yeah. And I just wanted to be no part of it, because I knew on everything that if I got involved even a little bit in this conversation, it would have escalated. Because I don't have the type of diffusion skill that you have. You're like the bomb squad. Yeah. For me, I'm so stubborn, I will literally argue it until we both get kicked out of the bar.
Which is necessary sometimes.
Sometimes it is. Because sometimes you really didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, and you just need to keep asking.
What you said wasn't the nicest thing, but you didn't do anything wrong. Okay. You didn't start it. She said
the nicest thing.
Okay.
I made a joke about her skin color. She's fucking white.
She was white. But knowing that some people are too sensitive for this world... You have to just not.
Well, hold on, because even after, so she goes away. We diffuse the situation.
Yeah, the situation's fine. She says I wasn't even serious.
And we walk away.
And Brendan goes, I knew it, but he knew she was serious. Yeah, and he's like, it's okay. We all walk away. Everything's okay. Mind you, 2 minutes later, I walk around the corner and she's arguing with somebody else. Yeah, so it's her fault. She's talking.
True. Now here's the problem.
Whatever you.
I was committing to the I hate white people bit, which is not even true. Obviously,
it's just funny.
It's funny because...
You can say that in public.
Yeah, and if I was in Europe, that flies.
Dude,
especially Europe, the self-aware American.
It fly, it soars.
It soars. Self-aware American gets you laid.
The self-aware American, we had this conversation. The self-aware American...
Get you laid.
Well, I don't know about all that. But I wouldn't know about all that.
I wouldn't know
But
about
a self-aware American in Europe is like ultra charismatic.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they love
exactly.
that. They love that you know that your country's in shambles, but you still. But you can't switch up on it. You can't just like down America. You gotta be like, oh, like this, and this. But like, it's my country though. You know what I mean? Like at a certain point, if they start really,
I love
in,
that it's in shambles.
Yeah, if they start really digging in, be like, all right, buddy, come on. I mean, like we're still the democratic.
I'll still nuke the shit.
We're still the best country in the world. Come on, relax.
But my military will step on you.
I mean, as much as I love Italy and I would love to live there, there's things about Italy that I just can't get over.
No,
like
so,
the way that their wages work and they lose so much money to taxes. It's like, I mean, it's like what your preference is. But like for me,
of course,
I'm most comfortable in the place that I come from, obviously. But I can see the value in other places. Like I'd live in Italy for like a year or two, but I couldn't find myself like living there forever.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I can understand.
Maybe.
It depends.
At the end of the day...
How could you know if you want to live there forever, you have lived there for a year?
Exactly. But at the end of the day, you always yearn for where you come from. Home is where you were brought up.
Time out.
So you always look
I do not yearn to live in Cape Verde.
Have you ever even been there?
Exactly.
You were born here, right?
I have, yeah. Well,
I'm saying,
where
you come from.
Because
that defeats the whole purpose. Because my family's from Italy, so if I'm saying where I come from, that's Italy. I'm talking about I come from here. I was born here.
Okay, so
you always yearn. Okay, you always yearn for where you were brought up as a child. Unless you had a poor childhood, can't relate.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sorry, but that's a different situation. Country-wise,
can I interrupt?
Of course.
We gotta finish this glass. Seismic sip time.
I can tell that we're on the same level.
Yeah.
Shambles right now.
Yeah.
By the way.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
no, you're good. Don't worry about it.
You and I both are in a
we're in a paradox of conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
We need to kind of break the cycle. Let's get something new going.
So, okay, you know what I think it's time for? Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time for... We had a great conversation about what happened this weekend. This past weekend, like Theo Vaughn. Great podcast, by the way. Go check it out.
Theo Vaughn is hilarious. I saw him live one time. I laughed the moment he walked outside.
Putain, c'est merde.
Put the rest of mine. It's good. We're not. It's not a competition.
No, it's not. I actually was trying to get it even. I was gonna...
Put that on the table so we don't spill red on the carpet.
You're so smart, it hurts. But I brought this just in case.
Yeah.
So, I think what it's time for is a perfect time.
First hot take?
Yeah, I think so.
You go first, because I still don't even have one.
Mom, I'm sorry. There may or may not be wine on the couch. It's a leather couch. It's going to stain. That's okay.
We are done for.
Yeah, Lisa's going to kick my ass. Anyway. You really don't have a hot take. You came this ill prepared for you had a week, 2 weeks.
I'm an on the fly guy.
You had 2 weeks.
I'm an on the fly guy.
Okay.
You know?
You can use one of mine that we've had in passing. Or no.
No, I'm not using that one. That one's like a conversation off camera type thing.
Okay, yeah. Maybe I just do it right now.
You go first.
Okay.
No, don't do that.
Don't
do that.
I won't.
My mother's watching.
Sorry, Miss Forte.
I have to be respectful.
Alright, here's my hot take. I'm really sick and tired. First of all, I'm literally sick and tired. That's besides the point. I'm sick and tired, but I'm fatigued of listening to people on the internet say that, like social justice warriors, say that I need to be paid as a server. Servers need to be paid a fair wage,
You yourself have had that job for a long time.
Yeah, I have. And that's why I'm bringing this up.
Because you are the best one to speak on this.
Yeah. And I feel like there's so many people who want to be like, America sucks, or even other Americans who are like, our system sucks, we need to pay waiters a fair wage.
By the way, anybody who says that is actually, like, I don't even know the word for this. I don't even want to say a bad word. But, like, not smart. Because... if you've ever been to Europe, they don't have a tipping culture. They work purely based off of those wages.
But that's what people are saying. We should work off of the wages. Like
well then I'm never tipping you again. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Because what's gonna happen is you're gonna get minimum wage and then you're gonna be like, well, why didn't I get 20%?
But let me say this.
Oh, then the food's gonna skyrocket. We're never gonna go out to eat again.
So here's the thing. Can I break down my argument for you?
Yeah, for sure.
And this is why.
Say whatever you want to say.
This is why I'm really.
This is your podcast.
This is why it's our podcast. This is really why I'm irritated about this comment about fair wages.
You can be irritated about whatever you want.
Here's the thing. All right, so let's start with the basic principle, right? Yeah. Say tomorrow we wake up, they say servers have to be paid minimum wage.
Yeah.
And by the way, there's a caveat there. We already are. We already do get paid minimum wage, but whatever. Let's just say that.
So what is the minimum that you can get paid as a server? It's like $3, right?
So no, it's in Massachusetts. I believe it's $6.25.
So it's about half of the minimum wage.
And the minimum wage is about $15, right?
Oh.
In Mass.
I thought it was still 13.
In Mass. Well, here's the whole thing about it, right? I'm gonna open everyone's mind.
Start at the beginning.
I'm gonna start at the beginning. I'm gonna start at the very beginning about this hot take because I think there's a lot of things that people want to talk about in regards to server wages in the service industry wages that people don't get correct. So first of all, minimum wage in Massachusetts, $15.
I did not know that.
About $15. Minimum wage for tippable wages for servers.
Like $3.25.
$6.
Right?
No, $6.
Oh, so that's even doubled. Because last time I checked, it was like in the $3 range.
So, and here's the thing. Okay, so then there's minimum wage, tippable minimum wage, federal minimum wage. So
what's the federal?
Federal minimum wage, which is no one in Massachusetts can pay this amount.
No, because Massachusetts
has exactly. So they have states' rights, but they could do this. So
but there's states that can identify with the federal.
Exactly. So
New Hampshire, very very few.
New Hampshire can do that. Yeah. So New Hampshire's
live free or die, right?
Live free or die.
Die not eating.
A lot of conservative states, Republican states, which is
conservatives always. I mean, like a liberal state will always be higher minimum wage.
Yes, that's generally true.
Always.
So the federal minimum wage, basically, it's just like you cannot pay less than this anywhere in the country.
Yeah.
As a federal, it hasn't been raised since about the 1990s. Is $7.25 something like
which
that.
Nobody can live on.
No.
Nobody can live on that.
But here's
I don't care where you live.
Here's the thing about tippable minimum wage in Massachusetts. So let's disregard that for a second. And by the way, the tippable minimum wage can be lower in other states than whatever.
That's Massachusetts. We're talking for the sake of this argument where we.
So let's just talk about Massachusetts for a second. So our minimum wage is $15. Say if I'm working at Venetian Moon, where I work, don't come show up. If I work there, and my minimum wage is $6 and change, or what the fuck I said, $7. Because it's tippable.
But the busboy does not have the tippable.
But say
the minimum, right?
He has a minimum wage, yes.
Okay.
So say nobody comes in.
Yeah.
The government requires that the owner pays us the normal minimum wage. Yeah. Okay.
And that's in the case that nobody comes in.
Yeah, exactly.
Or is that in the case that very little come in?
No, that's the case that's
a single customer.
So if a single the rule is this: I have to make at least the minimum wage of the state, not the tippable minimum wage. So say.
But in what case? How many people have to come in?
It doesn't matter. It's amount. Say if I get.
It's like a dollar amount.
Say if I get tipped one table, I get tipped $15. Then I get tipped $15 plus the tippable minimum wage. But if I get tipped $5, they have to pay me the difference of the normal minimum wage.
So people who don't tip actually screw the restaurant owner.
Yeah, because they gotta pay more, exactly. So here's the thing. People want to be like, oh, we gotta pay our servers minimum. First of all, we get paid a fair wage, minimum wage. But here's the thing that really irritates the shit out of me, is this. I mentioned that the federal minimum wage, and also a lot of states' minimum wage, has not...
7 and change.
Is 7 and change. And it hasn't changed since 1990. Now, take into consideration like
inflation,
normal rates of inflation,
beyond.
So, but here's the thing that's important is that if a restaurant is suffering from the prices of inflation in the food that they're ordering, say the products that they're buying, then what do they do? What do? They raise their prices.
Raise the prices.
If you raise your prices, that means that, and you're still gonna tip me 20%.
Yeah.
That means
that your wage goes up.
Oh, exactly.
With the food.
So my wage goes up more than the normal minimum wage because you guys are tipping me 20% on the inflationary rate. I don't understand. You see exactly what I'm saying?
Well,
I don't understand.
Hear me out, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
You work for a place where the average, plate costs anywhere from, $17 to $30, right? There's places where the average plate is $15 to $20.
Fine.
And that inflation doesn't reflect their...
Well, they still have to deal with inflation.
Because they have to work just as hard as you do, but the food that they're giving to people costs less, so they make less. Like,
okay, say
you know,
I have.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes
like,
and no.
Think about that argument.
I get what you're saying, but say
I don't know because I've never been in the restaurant industry, even like microscopic.
No, so say
I'm very much having this conversation from the
open mind.
This is the extremely experienced because you've been working there since your entire life. Exactly.
So say
I've never
for example, I have not a single customer all day. I not a single or no actually fuck that.
Your like
no
in your like
say
section.
I have a full restaurant all day.
Yeah.
And not a single person tips me $1. Everyone's like, I'm boycotting the tipping concept.
Yeah.
The restaurant's still gonna pay me minimum wage, not the tippable minimum wage. They're gonna pay me the normal minimum wage.
But how does the restaurant owner know when there hasn't been enough customers to pay the minimum wage versus the tip?
So say at the end of the night our tips are $300. You can just divide that by the amount of hours that we work, then you can see. It's a very
but how many? But in that amount of hours that you worked,
it's
necessarily
not by
the
hour.
amount of people that are in there.
It has nothing to do with the people that are in there. It's about the amount of money that I walk away with at the end of the day.
Yeah, but how does that number get determined?
So I put my tips in at the end of the night in the computer.
Yeah.
And so the other night I worked for 5 hours. I made $325.
Mm-hmm.
That was just credit card tips. I made cash tips too. $325. You just divide $325 by 5 hours. Mm-hmm. If you do the math, that is way more than $15 an hour.
So is it percentage based?
I basically, if you divide that,
you have to hit a number. You have to hit basically the minimum wage price.
Exactly.
Minimum.
Yeah, it doesn't matter when I make that money.
So that math, does that get sorted through the system, or does that?
Yeah.
Does the owner of the restaurant have to do that?
No, the owner can pretty much see it, but you're right. There has to be some figuring on the owner's part to be able to do that. There may be more illustrious systems that can do that, but in our case, at least it does it. So, But you see what I'm saying? So it's a hot take because people are like, "Oh, we gotta pay servers." Shut up, because either way we get paid the minimum wage.
But is that a thing that happens everywhere?
Yes, that's a law. That's a law. Yeah, that's a law.
So then these servers are knowing that and following through with this argument, knowing that people don't know that.
No, I would say here's the problem. I would say that servers are the ones that are not saying jack shit about it because we know we make more money than most people do. So for the most, give or take,
customers.
Yeah, it's the people who are like not even in the industry that are like
the liberal fucking customers.
It's just like, I can respect the fact that you want to look out for somebody else. Like I actually admire the fact that that's the truth, but get your shit in order, because if they change the law because
know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Know what you're talking about.
If you're gonna be liberal about anything, I'm liberal about certain things and I'm Republican about certain things. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be liberal about certain topics, but what I'm saying is know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
If you want to be so strongly involved about servers' wages, but then never know anything about servers' wages, and what are you fighting for? You don't even know if that's true.
Yeah.
They could already have what you're looking for.
And you know what? I'm willing in the comments. Y'all have a rebuttal for me, then absolutely. But I work
quite a long time in there.
I work quite a long time, but it has nothing to do about the amount of money that I'm tipped. I work less hours than most people I know and make just as much, if not more money.
Yeah. Servers make a killing at a good restaurant.
I mean, it's all about
at a good restaurant.
You make it work that, but again, even if you work at
to be paid.
But even if you work at a shitty restaurant that doesn't have any,
you're just taking money out of the owners.
They still have to pay you.
Yeah,
they still have to pay you the normal minimum wage. So there's no way in which it works that I don't get paid less than the minimum wage. I just get paid the amount of money that I tipped plus the tippable minimum wage. Like, I don't see the problem with that. But whatever. I digress. That was my hot take. As you can see, that I'm a little bit flustered about it, but I'm happy that
it wasn't like me and you weren't rebuttaling.
Yeah, you were.
It was more of like I'm asking the questions of people who are watching this that don't know.
Yeah,
because I don't
respect that. Yeah,
I don't know anything about the restaurant.
And I said to you,
I'm a construction worker. I don't know.
I was like, I don't think this is gonna be much of a hot take.
It's a hot take.
Though. There's definitely people who
probably a lot of people. There's not a lot of people that if you ask in public, if they think that servers should get paid more, that are going to say no.
The biggest point that I want to make,
people are very strongly with that.
The biggest point that I want to make I'm gonna end this conversation right now. But the biggest point that I want to make is that our wages, because we get tipped 20%,
are based on the
literally
tips.
increase with inflation.
Yeah, they do.
Whereas minimum wage
does.
hasn't increased since the 90s for federal minimum wage, and for statewide, I can't speak for all 50 states, but I still make more money than most people. I don't understand that argument.
I bet on a good week you make more than what I would on a 40-hour week.
I'll straight up tell the place that I work.
If you work an entire week at Venetian,
yes,
a good week.
Yeah, about $2,000.
That's more than double what.
And by the way,
and a 40-hour construction worker.
No, hold on. But by the way, I work from 3 to 8, and then on the weekends,
full 8-hour week.
Not even full 8-hour week.
It is a 8-hour.
It is
40-hour week. Yeah.
3 to 8, and then fucking whatever. I work on the weekends. 3
you
to
work
10:30.
So you're losing out on social. Life.
Yeah, that's a trade off.
That's just because of your age.
Yeah, exactly.
At 50, do you care?
No, you don't give a shit about
What are you doing on
My
Friday?
dad fucking does that, and then he leaves and he goes to do Uber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
A straight 40-hour, 6:30 in the morning to 2:30 p.m. 40-hour week. Construction, electrical. 950 take home.
All week?
On a week. 1 week.
Wow.
So you make more than double.
Wow.
And that's me saying that.
And by the way, you have to go to school.
Yeah, 5 years. I'm not even done.
Yeah. There's a whole...
I'm not even done.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So you know what I'm saying? When
I
I'm
hear
a
you.
journeyman, it's going to be $1,400 a week, but you know what I mean? As an apprentice, 50
okay,
years,
so that's an apprentice pay.
Yeah. But
What about
the amount of physical labor involved in being an electrical apprentice versus a bartender, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's easy.
I lift up.
It is easy. I lift up 1,000-pound reels of wire with 5 other people.
Yeah.
Construction is just straight manual labor. So it's I'm making less than half per week than you. So I agree with you now because that argument that they make on behalf of servers is kind of BS.
Because
you're making if you work at a good restaurant, you are making very clearly way more than the average 9 to 5. Not to mention a union electrician who makes more than the rest of his non-union counterparts.
By the way, I can just find someone to come to my shift and not go into work.
Yeah. It's very flexible.
Wicked flexible.
Depending on your restaurant, of course. If there's two servers at the restaurant, it's a small restaurant. I mean, they need you, but for your restaurant, perhaps the other day you went into work and they didn't need you.
I just took 8 days off to go to France. 10 days. 8 days.
Yeah, and during that
you
time,
could never do that.
No, you can't do that. You can do that in the construction field, but you're not gonna get paid for it.
Yeah,
I can tell you that because I did it twice.
That's the difference about.
We don't even get to.
We don't get PTO.
We don't get PTO.
That's crazy.
We don't.
That's crazy.
Non-union, you do, but with me, you don't.
I think it's about that time, again, to finish this glass, and then seismic sip again, give the final review, and move on to the rosé.
Yeah.
I think people, excuse my spittle.
We're talking a lot. Seismic.
That was a much better clink. I apologize for people who have headphones in. I'm sure you're getting a very disgusting sound that's emanating from my fucking mouth right now.
You said this in the first video.
Yeah.
The only wine that gets a fair review is the first one.
Is the first one. The rest of them no good.
I'm gonna go 4.0 on that.
Oh, you've increased from 3.9 to 4.0.
I went 3.8, I believe, on the first.
I don't change my review.
I don't want to go higher than a 4.0.
Which is great.
If you're talking red wine spectrum, I'm going to give it a 4.2. But because I'm not a huge red wine guy, I'm going to go with a 4.0 total flavor. And that's from my palate to yours.
Alright. I think what the next move is we pour this white and we give our first, or rosé, I should say. Give our first impressions of it, thank you. And then we move on to your hot take. Do you have one now?
No.
So you're just gonna come up with it off the cuff?
I'm gonna come with one. Yeah.
I'll give a second hot take.
No, you don't have to.
I will though.
By the way, this is our Château Sainte Croix.
Château.
Château. Okay,
Château.
French guy.
Yeah, we
My
Château.
bad. This is Château French Croix. It's a rosé. It is 13%.
I think we should incorporate a breathalyzer into this.
One day. Peter has one. He has
We
one.
can get one online.
Peter has one.
Do you know what's required in France?
What?
So in your car, excuse me, French people, if I'm wrong. This is another episode.
Don't excuse the French.
They have to have a reflective vest, some form of breathalyzer, and like flares in their car, like required by law to have them in their car. Like if you get pulled over and you don't have a reflective vest, you can get like in trouble. Is that insane?
Back to my I don't like the French argument.
But I don't think it's
That
just
is
a
the
French.
dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. The police, there's less police than people. So supply every police car with an extra reflective vest. Let's think. Let's think here.
I don't know.
Let's not be stupid.
I don't know. Alright.
Supply every police car with a breathalyzer. Because that's what we do here. Because there's less police officers than people. Are we dumb? Are we going to take the entire population? You know what? I guarantee that the legislation was brought to you by big reflective vest. And
Big vest.
Big vest and big breathalyzer. I guarantee that.
Alright.
I can almost guarantee that.
Let's
divulge in our first sip of the rosé.
Hey, listen. We're doing a great job.
We're doing a great job keeping
Alright.
on track.
Alright, ready? Hey.
I love the color.
Nasty.
Salud.
Salud.
I almost like the red better, which is insane. For me.
Acorn. No, we can't.
They don't put acorns in wine.
Yeah,
Chill
they
out
do.
with that. You
Yeah,
said
they
that in the first video too.
Acorn?
Yeah, you said that before.
I don't believe that. Roll back the tape. I never.
Episode 1 or 2, you said acorn. Ooh, that's a very alcoholic scent.
Yeah. Thank God it's been breathing.
Yeah, I'm glad we let that breathe.
I smell cherry and strawberry. Cherry, strawberry.
I smell raspberry.
It's got more legs than Usain Bolt.
How would you know?
It's kind of stinging. It's like, oh man. The only fair review is the first review, for sure. It's Pop-Tart. I'm just kidding. Alright, so listen. It is up to you right now. I'm putting you on the spot because I know you don't have one. Hot take, brother.
We didn't even give our initial wine review.
Oh, you're so right.
I'm gonna give it a 3.2.
I thought we were doing a 3-1.
I don't care about how you feel.
You really are right. Only the first one. Only the first one gets a good review.
You said that, not me.
Yeah.
I just brought it up. That's your quote. 3.2.
You know what? I wholeheartedly. This is why I like to do 3-1 because now I feel like I'm just agreeing with you. But 3.2
For now.
for now.
We'll let it cook. We let it breathe too, which is crazy.
Oh man. I feel my stomach deciding that this is not a good idea.
The hot take that I have is not very hot, and that's why I don't even know if I want to say.
Just take my. Can I, why don't I just give you? No. Give me your hot take.
My hot
First of all,
take,
hold on. Can we describe this wine a little bit more before we go on to that?
I like
Strawberry.
The color. I love the color.
Strawberry and cherry. It smells like Japan in the springtime.
You weren't there. You
I've
never
been to
went there.
Japan.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Really?
16 hours. I had a
Yeah,
layover.
alright.
I got out of the airport. I walked around. Don't ask me where I went because I don't remember. Took the train.
It
was
smells
really...
like a rainy day.
What's the smell for rain?
This one.
No. Petrichor. Search that up. That was dead ass on petrichor. Petrichor is the smell of the air after it rains. I just gave you a new vocabulary word. Oh fuck. As it trickles down my leg onto the floor, I realize that I'm cold. You look a little flushed, brother. Are you drunk? No. We're happy. This is not a crush. This is a way of life. Yo, listen. Before you use this hot take, I want to talk to you about something.
Am I allowed to use the bathroom?
No. You gotta piss your pants on the couch. You gotta burn a hole in the couch with your fucking ammonia basic solution. Listen,
I'm not gonna make it.
I'm not either. That's why we gotta go very quickly. Listen to me. Listen. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Listen, okay, let me be honest with you for a second. This is not the second bottle of wine. This is the third. We had one before we loaded up the YouTube. Stop it. We had one before we loaded up the YouTube channel or the video. I can't even speak anymore. This is get down here.
I'm getting the bottle.
Where are you going? Okay.
We drank this entire bottle of Sauvignon Blanc.
And we have a fourth bottle on the way.
Before we even...
We have a fourth bottle.
Hold on.
We have a fourth bottle on the way. Do you think we stop at 3? No, we have 4 bottles of wine.
We have 4 bottles of wine.
Excuse me, what? Voila!
We got the 4th bottle here.
Yeah.
Today we're going to complete the 55-gallon drum challenge. This is
microphone.
100% authentic glass by San Miguel. And this is our 4th bottle of wine. It is currently filled with a beautiful Italian something. I don't care what it is.
Lou? Lou's in the bottle?
She's French, bruv.
No, she's also Italian.
Yeah, but I think she's more French because she lives in France.
Oh, okay. I can believe that.
But this is our 4th bottle of wine.
It's just him.
It is going to be completed today off camera. We're going to do some mining off camera. But today we are here to finish 2 bottles of wine for you, and we are exposing the truth that we actually drank an entire bottle of Sauvignon Blanc before even recording this video.
We weren't gonna say that, but now I feel like saying
Yeah, I feel like it needs to be known because we're a little bit more funny than we usually are. So
yeah.
I don't want to make it seem like we're lightweight. I don't know.
All right, listen to me. Shut the fuck up. Give me your hot take.
I don't even know if this is hot though.
No, just give it to me.
I want to say two things. And you can pick which one's more hot.
Whisper to me. That was a phone buzz.
I'm not gonna whisper in your ear. I'm gonna say 2 things.
Please.
First of all, the new American dream is leaving the country. Second of all,
Simone Biles?
what are you talking about?
The new American dream is
The new American dream is leaving America, not coming to America.
I don't understand. Go ahead. Anyway.
But the second hot take is that social media is overrated. And we're gonna very quickly dissect both of those.
In what way? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so first of all, the new American dream is leaving America. For one, we don't have any culture anymore. Our culture is... Don't eat that. Don't do it. Don't do that.
No, look clean.
No, you can't see right. That's the problem.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
We don't have culture anymore. Our culture...
I disagree.
Is like... Our American culture is just straight up just being unhealthy and diabolical all the time. Can you name me one more thing that we're over?
Guns.
And that makes it better.
Guns, comedy. Yo, no,
comedy is everywhere.
One of the things that we are the most influential in is in the realm of
pop culture.
Exactly. Thank you.
But
took the words right out of my mouth. Pop culture.
But you want to know why that is?
Why? Because everyone speaks English.
The melting pot of culture.
No.
And all eyes are on us.
Fuck the melting pot. We speak English, and everyone else.
Yeah, but England speaks English, and we don't like English.
Fuck
Nobody
England,
likes England.
Who really? You want to listen to David Beckham all day? Absolutely not.
I like David Beckham though.
It's a little fruity, as I eat a raspberry.
As you eat a berry.
Yeah.
Yeah. You almost. Yeah.
No.
But I think, and you can't even disagree with me because I know you want to leave too. But the new American dream is leaving America because I'll tell you why.
Fair enough.
It's because we don't have an we're having an identification crisis. I don't think you can identify with being American anymore because the country is split by two, with one party and the other. First of all, politically, and second of all, there's so much culture happening here that as much as it's great to absorb cultures that you're not aware of and that you're learning, like, we don't have an American culture. We just have everybody else's culture involved. Get that away from me. We have everybody else's culture in our country. And I have no problem with that.
But does America... but that is America's culture, is a melting pot.
Well, but is it, though?
Slavery? That's America's culture? Like, yeah, that is... No, America's culture is the fact that it's a melting pot of many different cultures. That is the culture of America.
I mean, I guess if that's
exactly
if that's what you want to be a part. So my second hot take is I feel like that one's not that great. Okay. That one was on the fly, because you want to leave just as much as I do.
For different reasons.
For the same reasons.
Absolutely.
Different places.
Yes.
I want to go to Italy. You want to go to Prague. Gabe wants to go to Prague.
Yeah, I want to be on the same continent as you. That's all that matters to me.
That's fine. I don't care.
You don't care.
No, I don't care where. I care that you do care.
Okay.
But I think social media is completely overrated. I think as somebody who has deleted most of their social media and realized that the world revolves without me having certain social medias.
Wait, why did you delete? Why?
I deleted it, first of all, because I spend way too much time on my phone. Second of all, because I don't think anybody should be fully involved in something that's not even real. What is real about social media? What is real about that?
Okay, let me give you a rebuttal. Today, we did a little prank on you.
Yeah, and I hated it.
And that was pretty real, though. Like, that was not staged. That was genuine. That was real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you agree.
That video was real. But the persona, you living through a persona of your profile is not real. You're going to tell me that you'd rather meet my profile than me?
I don't get the difference. I don't understand the difference.
You're misunderstanding.
I am. I'm not. The Rosé is making me different.
What differentiates me from my profile?
Nothing.
See, that's what you think.
Except that maybe the facade.
I can show you anything I want the world to see. But what you actually see around me is different. Yeah, but you can show me
anything you want to see all the time. Like, I never actually... Maybe do I ever get to really know the real you?
The more time you spend around me, the more that you'll realize my actual qualities.
How do I know that?
Unless I'm a master manipulator.
How do I know that?
But you'll never know that. But you get a more sense of the real person being around them in real life. Rather than seeing a profile of only the best photos and videos that they want you to see. I think it's very filtered.
Yeah, there's an optimization. That's it.
Because on social media, everybody's perfect. For the most part.
Yeah.
As in real life, you see people's flaws and you love them for the flaws. Yeah. I don't like people because they're perfect. I don't want any perfect friends. I want people that I know where they have flaws and where they don't.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
Beautiful. This is not beautiful segue. Please. In a non-combative way, I'm asking you, please.
I'm not very combative to begin with.
No. I'm letting you know that I'm not being combative. I'd love to know a flaw that you see in my character development, in my character.
I think you're.
I know, genuinely, like
your character. I think you're pretty self-destructive because you have everything you need to be successful, and then you still choose to make decisions that are in your worst interest.
Yeah, for sure.
At least romantic.
No. No.
That's the worst.
Yes.
But it travels into other parts of your life.
Yes, absolutely.
But your self-destructiveness doesn't affect me. So I choose to acknowledge it, but not make it a problem.
Yeah.
Because if somebody's self-destructiveness starts destructing my life and making my life a problem, like then your self-destructiveness is making my life worse.
Because then it's not self-destructive anymore.
It's destructive.
You're a kamikaze.
Yeah. So then that's when I have a problem with it. Yeah. But for you to have self-destructive qualities that you are aware about, you know about it. You're not stupid. But
Thank you.
For me to notice about you, you know about it. I'll bring it to your attention if I feel that you don't, but I know that you do.
Mm-hmm.
So I bring that to your attention. You know about it. I know about it. It doesn't affect me, so I move on.
Mm-hmm.
And may I ask the same?
Well, you were asking me about destructive qualities about yourself. Oh, not destructive.
Like qualities that perhaps are not good.
Man, I don't know if I have one that's as good as yours. For me, I really don't.
It doesn't have to.
I don't want to like make
I'm not gonna get upset.
No, I know.
It's
That's the problem. No, really, genuinely, that is the problem. Is that I don't. I'm happy that you gave me this feedback. I don't know
but
if
you
I
knew
have
that
like,
Fair.
Fair.
You knew that already.
No.
Whether
fair.
you acknowledged it is different, but you knew it.
Fair.
Because we've talked about it already.
Fair. But I think that anything that I would say to you is like not even as intellectually involved as the thing you do.
It's
like,
not as deep.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not asking for it to be that deep.
No, I know you're not. And listen, I have no reason to hinder the things that I would say to you. I just don't think I have something valuable to offer other than like. And actually, you've made an improvement here. I would say let me
I'm too quiet or something.
No, yeah, well, it has to do with talking. Yeah. I would say that maybe during the podcast we can get to the point faster. But it's funny because I'm doing that right now.
I beat around the bush.
Yeah, beat around the bush. Yeah.
I do that a lot.
Yeah. But, hey.
Because you don't necessarily want a moment to end.
Yeah.
You want to see, like, how long people can
deal with it. Yeah.
Deal with it for.
Yeah. But no. I for sure. I'm happy that we've had this conversation under 2 bottles wine.
It goes back to our earlier conversation about letting things...
This is why you're my best friend, so...
letting things be a problem and then not mentioning it.
Hold on, no. It's not a problem. I don't want you...
saying that.
Okay.
But, like, people having problems with other people but then never mentioning it, this is me asking for feedback so that I can then act on it.
Let me say this.
You don't want to know that you have an issue, or people think that you're annoying for some particular reason, and then continue to do it. You don't want to... oh, no, that's bad. That's bad.
That's why we have this. Yeah.
I'm begging you not to ruin the carpet.
I'm not going to. At least we'll keep both of our houses.
I don't want my ass kicked.
You saw that. The camera didn't see that, but you saw that. No. I don't think that there's... Yeah. I think we got both of our points across. And... do I have something else? Do I have more bullshit? Please napkin my mouth. Please. You're not being very nice to me right now. I would love for you to remove the residue of blueberry from my upper and lower mandible. So if you could figure that out for me, I'd fucking love that. And I would reduce the flaws that you have from 1 to 0. Here you go. Good job. I apologize.
There's nothing on your face.
Oh, okay. You know what I think? You know... yeah, breathe. Yeah.
So back to our wine.
Yeah. Can we seismic sip? No. Fuck you, Château, Sainte Croix. Listen. How did he do that? No, come on.
I wonder what the video minutes is at right now.
What do we think? Take a guess.
We're at 47 minutes.
35. You are fucking... You're... No. No, because don't forget. Hold on. Don't forget.
We're in an hour and 3 minutes?
Yeah, but don't forget. The
beginning,
Yeah. But that's like 10 minutes.
45.
All right, let's get to the point.
50
seismic sip. No, we gotta. Hey, listen, this podcast is almost over. Shut the fuck up.
I don't know, man.
No, we're okay. We're okay. We're okay.
I don't know if I am.
No? Alright, if you're gonna dump it out, go to the sink. I don't want
to do it.
Alright, seismic sip. Seismic sip.
This is the most
Pour.
tectonic sip yet.
Yes. Seismic sip, seismic sip.
What more can you say
This
about
is
it?
brutal.
It is, but it's good though.
Oh. My insides didn't like that. Okay. Listen, we can kill it right here. We can kill it right here. Man, this is brutal. Oh, and I'm spilling it everywhere. But you know what? That's a consequence of life. Spilling it everywhere. Shout out to my French girlfriend.
Can I have the rag? The rag.
We're having a technical difficulty here. How are you feeling right now? I think this is a new segment. How fucking hammered are you? What is happening? I thought today I'd be... Listen. Once we get through this, we're done.
I'm very, very, very unwell.
Listen. C'est bon, c'est très bon. You're fine. Yeah. Would you like some strawberries? They have mold on them. Listen. This podcast is getting dry. It's getting stale. We're almost done. I think the folks realize that. We realize that.
One more hot take.
Oh? One more hot take. Go ahead. You have another hot take? I have a thing about Pop-Tarts that I could talk about too.
Can we hit that real quick?
You want to hit the Pop-Tarts? So listen to this. Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
New York Times. Interview 11 years ago. He was talking about...
Before the world existed, by the way.
Before the world existed. This is like in the era of Abraham. He said that... I don't even remember what the context of the joke was. He was talking about... Oh, okay. Okay, we had a fourth bottle coming. It's the Magnum Dong of fucking wine bottles. My phone's ringing again. Hopefully
Finish
my
your
beautiful,
story,
my
Jerry
beautiful French
Seinfeld.
girlfriend. Jerry, sorry, I'm sorry. No. I apologize. Wow. Owen.
There's a lot going on here. There's a lot going. Can we have a moment?
No.
Let him cool up.
No. We're gonna fucking power through this.
Finish your story now.
11 years ago, New York Times segment about
Unfrosted,
Pop-Tarts.
yeah.
That's the name of the movie now.
Okay.
Anyway,
I spoiled.
11 years ago...
There was an interview with Jerry Seinfeld.
Thank you.
And
Talking about how to write jokes.
How to make jokes. And
How to write jokes.
Was about Pop-Tarts.
Well, Pop-Tarts, yeah.
There's a Pop-Tart joke in there.
No. The whole segment was about Pop-Tarts.
The whole thing.
Fast forward 11 years.
11 years after.
11 years. What year are we in? 2024?
We are in 2021.
2024. And he released a movie called Unfrosted. Yeah. He worked on a bit, on a joke, on a fucking premise for 11 years.
Yeah. That's a real
I
comedian.
can't even maintain
That's
a
real
relationship.
comedian.
Yeah. You think you can maintain a relationship for 11 years? 5 years I was bored. I wanted to fuck anything that walked. I had nothing to... Yeah, no, shut up.
Go on.
The fact that he can maintain a focus for 11 years is...
anything.
That's quite literally half my life. I cannot imagine dedicating half my life to anything. Which is sad. Because that's how you
Besides being really flying handsome.
No, except for being
the whole
on Wine Review Wednesday. That's it. That's my entire life goal, is to be on Wine Review Wednesday. But I can't... I was like... 11 years ago, and he just released Unfrosted. If my phone rings one more time, I'm going to have to commit the Holocaust.
Okay. What? Makes you a hand motion.
I apologize. But listen. We're almost done with this rosé.
We are very, very not well right now. And we're trying. We're keeping it together for you.
Just go on. Let's just finish.
For the viewer. This is 2 seismic sips. One right now.
This is one. No.
One right now.
I'm killing it right now.
No, you're not. Pussy. Yeah, I thought so.
I want to puke.
Me too.
I want to puke. This is awful. This is the worst thing I've ever done in my life.
Should we just give a final?
Listen, I'm not killing this bottle.
I don't think we should.
I'm not subservient to your fucking views.
It's in our best interest to not finish.
Yeah, I agree. What do you rate it? I'm
3.4.
I want to rate it a 1.1, but I won't because it's not that bad.
It's not a rosé.
Oh my god.
That's a lie.
What is it? I miss my girlfriend right now. I can't go. I can't lie to you. I'm sorry.
We're talking about wine.
Yeah.
2.9 or 3.1?
3.4. I don't remember my initial rating. The room is spinning. I feel like I'm at the fucking Canopy Lake Park.
3.1. Can we agree? Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and
bitches.
ladies and
Because there's no man watching it from this point. Hey,
Ladies
where are
and
you
gentlemen.
going?
Ladies and gentlemen. I said I was gonna do it.
Oh, okay, thank you.
This has been Wine Review Wednesday, episode 3. And personally,
I'm dead.
I think this is our best episode yet.
I agree. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next Wednesday, 8
Like
p.m.
and subscribe.
Like it, yeah.
We're gonna.
Like I said, shut up.
We're gonna.
It's my dad. He's in Italy. Fuck you. You didn't invite me.
We're gonna
Dumbass.
post this on Wednesday.
I love you.
and
I'm just kidding.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Thank you
Every
so
Wednesday, 8 p.m. We're gonna be on Twitch soon. Love you. This wine sucks because I'm drunk.
I didn't like it.